Alright, welcome to a quick look around the latest version of Maypole. Now this version's out, it's been out almost a week now. I just haven't got around to making a video on it. This is Maypole version 2, full release version. Right, when you first time ever you start the game, you start here, whatever mode you're in. But I've set this up for the ready-made farm, because I find that's not probably best for showing around things. And I'm going to try and remember what's been altered since version 1. I haven't played version 1 for a while. I've been on an early release of not an early release, an early beta of version 2. But one or two things have changed. Now, one thing is a couple of fields have changed, and I think it's 41, 42, and no grass. I think originally they had ordinary crops in, but they're now just grass. It's pro, but there we are. That's one of the changes. The other change, we'll see as we go along. I'm just going to buy a... I'm running this without... The only mods I'm running this is with the... extended vehicle model, advanced vehicle. I forget what it is. What used to be keyboard steer. I'm running it with that. I'm just going to buy this, and I'm running it with the Mahindra. Just for something to drive around and in. But everything else is absolute vanilla. Nothing else added. Right, whenever you buy something, it always comes in along this line here. And as you can see, you've got plenty of room to put stuff in. Now, the thing about... Let's start this up. Hold on, let's switch my headphones on again. I'm always doing that now. That's better. I think I'm still on auto start, so I don't even set anything like that up. But this is still the same. It's still the same round here as version 1, which is where the fuel station is. And you know one thing about this, there's very, very few points to worry about. There's only one sell point. Now I'm going to try and show off a bit by driving around the road. We see the fields that have been made into grass over there. They had crops in originally on version 1. The road's texture's been changed. It's been brought up to 19 standard. One or two small tweaks to get rid of a couple of errors in the log has been done. I never noticed any problem with them, but so it didn't take too much notice up anyway. I'll tell you what, we will just put we'll put the frame rate up. Remember that as I've got recording gear running, this will run 60 just about all the time on my setup. But it's just I've got a load of recording gear running at the same time, so it does knock back a few frames. Well, there's farmers up there, but we'll have a look at the farm in a moment. Now, one of the other things that's been changed is down here, where the sell points are. I find it very hard to drive a cab, but I thought I'd give you a look. Now, those who don't know Maypole, this is a different map, in so much as it's on a standard size map, but you only got the centre of it, about half of it, to play on. The rest of it is detailed to give it a sense of depth. So when you look, wherever you look, there's fields. Even when you get to the edge of the map, there's still loads of fields there. You can't get onto those, but they work as fields do inside the playable area. They're still harvested, they're still cropped, they still get weeds in, you know, the whole gamut. So when you look, wherever you look, there's something happening. I think it's a brilliant idea. Right, a couple of 3 things have changed here since version 1. We've already seen this one, my version 2 on my contractor series. And we'll just get out here. We know this is fairly fresh. I think, yeah, I didn't have this on my version. This has just been added. This is where you actually tip the wood chips. No, I will tell you this. Not too many people are going to like this. Let's just put the sawmill in. I've got it tagged, and if we look, because I think I already walked over the tag, so we just re-tag that. Tag places. Yeah, I'm still in the tag. We get this eventually. There we are. It's now tagged in the right place. And this is where, if you're going to visit the sawmill, this is where you end up. Now, there's no log selling. Only chippings. Only wood chippings, that's it. Sawdust and the chippings. So if you're keen on forestry, possibly not the map for you. As we go around, this should be this is the animal point, this is the animal buy point. Let's just double check on that. Oh, because we can't. So we can do it like this, there we are, look. So this is where you buy your animals and sell them, of course, if need be. This is the buy or sell point. Now you've moved the trigger out slightly from under. So you can now, and I have been using this, if you've been watching the mind you, I don't think that contract one's gone up yet, but I'm doing a grass field mowing contract on there, which is just taking me a long time. But here you have the tip point. Now this tip point here is now out from this, so this actually works. You can now tip up. You have to be a bit careful, because this has got collisions on. To be a bit careful. But you can tip up here, and it will work properly. Around the corner, this is all just detail. Around the corner is your wool and cotton sell point. Again, it's fully working. You can use all that. And here's the BGA. Now, there's no other sort of fermenting vessels or anything involved. It's just straightforward sell point for your silage. But you also pick up digitate, which comes out of here, and this is the tip point for just about everything else. I think it is everything else goes in here. So that's all the points you've got to sell. You've got nothing else. I think we've covered them all. Let's just do this. Tag barn. It's over there. I'll better get the way where we are. Just get. So that's your barn sell point. If I get over here, we should be able to see some of the other. The grind mill is here. And you can see what you can sell at the grind mill. We just run that along. Just about everything except, what's that? Is that cotton? Yeah, it's cotton there. You can't sell cotton in there. Eggs sell there. Milk sells there. You can't sell wool. You can't sell wood chips, silage, or your bales of straw, hay and grass. And it's nowhere to sell muck or slurry, by the way. You have to use it. So we've done that one. Let's just, won't bother the BGA, we can see where the BGA is. We will have a look at the spinnery. Just tag that up. And there we are. To probe it, there's the spinnery tagged. Just take the tag off that. Gets rather annoying when you've got that on all the time. And the only other thing really to see in itself is the farm. Now the farm hasn't changed. I don't think that's changed from one. I should have put this on to manual start. It worries me when it starts on its own. And we'll just have a little drive. The roads are very simple. And I do mean simple. This road just goes down to the edge of the map. We will just go down the edge on one of these roads. There's basically 1, 2, 3 roads. That's about it. Or 4 if you count the little track off this road to the sell point. But that's all there is. Now we come down here. We now come to the edge of the map. Now if you look, you wouldn't believe you're at the edge of the map here. We just keep going until we hit the barrier. There we are. all the fields are there. They're all cropped, all ready to go, and there's the edge of the map. No further can we go. So you get the impression that it's a lot bigger map than it is. And let's just show you the map. I think several people have shown you this map. I know that Farmer Klein and Virtual Farmer have both done tests on version 1. And here we are. This area here is your farming area, with all the bits with numbers on. You can see there's a hell of a lot of fields, 65, 66, I think 66 is the total. And there's a lot of grass on here. Because the silage, I think, will be important back on this farm. That's not important at all on Roy's other farm, Riverview. It's actually, it's almost a waste of time. And it certainly is on the other 17 newbie. But you can see the road surface looks a lot better now. And there's one other major change, and that is you can actually now see the tracks better on the map. Let's just bring it. You can't see it on that one, but you can certainly see them a bit better on here. If we close in, you can see tracks where you couldn't before. You can actually see all the dirt tracks now. Roy always works on a system of a main road, but most of your stuff is it's got to by going over dirt tracks. Now that's the other big change, that the PDA map has been altered, has been improved tremendously. We just drive along. This thing nips along a bit. I haven't actually used the Mahindra before, I don't think. I think it's about the first time I've driven it. So I'm using no mods except the what was keyboard steering. I forget what Mowgli's calling it now, but that is almost a must in my opinion, an absolute must for driving that. And the the Tubber, what gives you all the other details in, also has a shuttle in, or header shuttle in, but they seem to be working together, those two now, so they don't fight each other, the mods. I'm terrible at remembering mod names. Right, this is the road to the farm. As you can see, looking at these roads, you don't want to be using big buds. I'll just warn you, don't try and get a big bud with triples down here. It won't work. You just get very frustrated. And there we hit the farmyard. This is, so I set this up, and as I'm starting to play now with a ready built farm, but playing on hard economy, although this is set to easy on everything. So, right, now your farmhouse is in here. I will go through everything what we got on here. It just seems fair. As you got your dog, let's just make him a bit silly, a bit of feed, this poor beast, I suppose. Right, you have a pickup. Now, I would suggest selling this straight away, because you've got just about... Now, one thing you don't have on these is you don't have any fields when you start. If you look at the map here, we're up here. No fields do you own. As the other thing it's done too is change around some of the plots you can buy. And I think it's made them a bit smaller, so there's a little bit easier to buy them. Like here, you can buy this one straight away. You've got 100,000 to start with, and I would suggest you buy something like that. Depends what they've got in them. That, or that, and you've got your road down here. This is the main road. The rest of these are the edges. I would have a look, see what they've got when you start. When I'm playing one off screen at the moment of this map, and I've been since it came out, and I get quite a while. I'm in my third year now, I think. Well, when I first went on, this house here has got the sugar beeting. I didn't want to buy that. Sugar beet over here as well. I think there's one. This one is. Yeah, this one's barley. There's potatoes down here. Cotton, which I wouldn't want. I only want grain crops. Right. So first thing I would suggest is you sell off the pickup, take it down to the store to sell it so you get a bit more for it. And I like this farmhouse, and I like the fact he's used a lot of this giant stuff now because it looks a bit better than this well, frankly, elderly stuff that Roy was using. Now this is your chicken coop. You start with a chicken coop, no chickens. You don't want it that easy, do you? Yes, you do, don't you? Yeah, forgot. But you want to start with 2 fields. You can do that without going into debt. Because the mode I start with, even on hard economy, you start with your silos with stuff in, so you can sell all that. This should be your first job, is sell all that off, and buy 2 fields. Sell the pickup, buy 2 fields, and away you go. Right, your farmyard is in here. Nice big farmyard for the size of the map. Equipment, right, let's hop out again. Well, John Deere, and I sold this straight away. Not because I don't look particularly like John Deere, but because I didn't want a front loader. So I bought these little Fiat instead, which it's made me quite a bit of money. I kept this one. And I put the narrow tyres on the Fiat as well. You got a trailer, which is getting to be my favourite of the small trailers now, the straight one, because it's so handy. In the 8,000 litre configuration, it can go up to 12 and down to 4, and it can also act as a flat. And it was a flat. New Holland combine, which is sort of almost par for the course here, but I have actually changed that out too, because I could get the little, I always forget the name of it. Let's have a look. Oops, I always forget the name of this one, the Bison Super. Again, I could get slightly cheap. It was slightly cheaper, and I think in the long term, well, short term, it'd pay me. These were all sold. You got a plough, cultivator. You need both of those. Seeder you need, and a foot spreader. Now I had a modded. I haven't got it in this folder because I've run this without any mods except the 2 I mentioned. But I got rid of that and put me. I think it's the Amazon off Mod Hub, which can only small. If you extend it fully, which I did, it takes 1800 litres. But it can also do lime. That can't. Oh, you've got a bunker, but you also start off with 4 bags of seed and 4 bags of fertilizer. They will keep you going for quite a while. Roy always needs to start you with something. In the past, there's been 20 cows, or in one case 50 cows, which was actually too many. It's too easy to make money at, with enough bales to keep them going for at least a year. But that's your cow pasture here. But you've got nothing to go with that, so you will have to work to get all your stuff together. You've got your water refill point here, because there's no actual other water on the map. If you look at the map, there's no ponds, there's no rivers, no streams. A lime tank, so you've got lime on the map, easy to get to, and actually that's a good idea because lime doesn't go too far, so you're always having to go back to the store to pick up more. But you've got that in there, you pay for that as you take it. Your storage point, that's the big storage point, and that's it for equipment and the actual map. we'll just have a quick look around, and one of the things people have problems, and I had problems with, is finding your way around. It's a lot easier now. He's marked the roadways in a bit better, the little pathways. See, this is field 59, what's that? Potatoes, ready to remove tops. I think 55 is always a good one to try and get to. There's 58 in there. We'll just go up there and see if we can find our way through to 56. This is 57, which is soy growing, and we're just at the edge of the map here again. This one's 56. Looks to be nothing in it. Oh, sunflowers, but they've only just been seeded. But if you look here, you've got this lovely view of all those fields. You can't get to them. But it gives you that problem where the map suddenly ends and there's nothing really there. It gives you the lovely impression, and actually you can walk in there a little way. There's no field info on here. I just hope we can get out again. Yeah, I can. Ah, good at leaping, you see. It looks like I might have messed the field info up by going off the beaten track. See if we can get this back. Oh. Now, let's just... Yes, I've messed the field info up. Let's go, let's just get back to the... Anyway, that's Maypole version 2 final. And he's at the moment, he's starting to work on River Food to get that updated fully. Version 2 of that out. I haven't. So again, I'm playing a beta version of it, and it's a lot better. And this looks so good now. Well, it always looked good. I think Maypole first put an appearance at the end of 17, and that was going to be the main map for 19, together with Newbie, which has been renamed to Riverview. In that case, I think we'd say thank you very much for watching. Oh, this is on PCSG, by the way. There will be linked in the description. And I hope you're all having a very nice weekend. So with that, it's me saying thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please leave a like. Any comment? Oh, if you're not a subscriber, go on, subscribe. You know you want to. Any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, feel free to post them in the comment section. If you have any questions on the map, PCSG, Roy hangs about there every now and again, yeah, but we can't get rid of him. We keep trying, but he keeps coming back. He's willing to answer questions on his maps, and he's willing to tell you why he's done something, or he has been up to now. Certainly finding you don't ask the same question time in, time out, and you're polite about it. I'm going to get in cab because I can't see where the hell I'm going. He's more than happy to oblige. He's quite a nippy little beast. Right, with that, it's everyone saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.